Today, we're talking about one of the hardest things any television show has to do, that is, ending well. A great beginning gets people curious, and a great middle keeps them watching. But the ending? That's what people remember forever. One bad finale can damage years of goodwill, while the right ending can turn a great show into a legend. When fans say an ending was perfect, they usually mean three things. It stayed true to the characters, it respected the story, and it left an emotional impact that lasts long after the credits roll. Today, we're counting down TV shows whose endings were perfect. Let's get into it. Number 10. The Good Place.
I was never good at being sad. Partly because my mom straight up told me not to be. But this is sad, man.
The Good Place ended in a way that very few comedies ever manage. It was funny, emotional, philosophical, and deeply human. This show spent 4 seasons exploring morality, ethics, and what it means to be a better person. Instead of leaning on a giant twist, the finale focused on peace, acceptance, and knowing when it's time to let go. The finale gave each character earned closure. Eleanor, Chitty, Jason, Tahani, and Michael all reached the next stage of their journeys naturally. Nobody was forced into a dramatic ending just for shock value. Critics praised the finale for its emotional intelligence, calling it a rare sitcom ending that actually improved the entire series in retrospect. Number 9. Mad Men.
When a man walks into a room, he brings his whole life with him.
Mad Men was never about explosions or cliffhangers. It was about identity, loneliness, reinvention, and the masks people wear. Because of that, its finale needed subtlety, and that's exactly what it delivered. Don Draper's final journey wasn't about punishment or triumph. It was about self-awareness. The ending left viewers debating whether Don truly found enlightenment or simply turned his emotional breakthrough into another brilliant ad campaign. That ambiguity is why the finale worked. It trusted the audience. The final image became iconic because it captured the show's core themes: commerce, creativity, emptiness, and inspiration, all tangled together. Number 8. Friends. Friends faced a massive challenge, ending a show that felt like home for millions of viewers. Instead of trying to reinvent itself, the finale focused on what fans loved most: friendship, comfort, and change. Ross and Rachel finally resolved their long-running romance, Monica and Chandler began their next chapter as parents, and the group prepared to leave the apartment that had become one of TV's most famous settings. The ending's perfection lay in its simplicity. It understood that audiences didn't need a shocking twist, they needed an emotional goodbye. That final shot of the empty apartment keys remains one of the most rewatched moments in sitcom history. Number 7. Better Call Saul.
I damn well knew what was happening. I was more than a willing participant. I was indispensable. I kept Walter White out of jail. I laundered his money, I lied for him, I conspired with him, and I made millions.
Better Call Saul had the impossible task of following Breaking Bad while building its own identity. Somehow, its ending became one of the best in modern television. Jimmy McGill's story was always about self-deception. The finale forced him to finally tell the truth to others and to himself. Instead of escaping consequences with another clever trick, Jimmy chose accountability. The black and white visual style, the emotional reunion with Kim, and that final cigarette gave the finale a quiet power. Critics called it a masterclass and a rare prequel that fully justified its own existence. Number 6. Succession.
Why does everyone ask how I'm feeling? I got done a huge deal. I got the election. I got ATN. I got plenty on my plate.
Succession ended exactly the way it had to. While some viewers hoped for redemption or a winner, the finale understood the real story was about damage. The Roy children were raised in a world where love was transactional and power meant everything. Because of that, they were never truly capable of trusting one another long enough to succeed. The ending was brutal because it felt inevitable. Tom's rise, Kendall's collapse, and Shiv's compromise fit perfectly with who these people had always been. It was cold, tragic, and exactly right. Number 5. The Americans.
This work can be too much for people, even the best ones. It's just that somewhere, I don't exactly know how, something got lost.
The Americans delivered one of the most emotionally devastating endings ever filmed. Beneath the Espionage, this was a story about marriage, identity, and the cost of loyalty. The finale avoided massive action scenes, focusing instead on choices and heartbreak. The confrontation with Stan was masterfully tense, years of friendship and lies exploding in a single scene. What made it perfect was its restraint. It trusted character drama over spectacle, leaving fans with the realization that home no longer existed for anyone. Number 4. The Leftovers. The Leftovers faced a challenge many mystery shows fail to overcome. How do you end a story built on unanswered questions? Its answer was brilliant. Focus on emotion, not explanations. The show was never truly about where the vanished people went. It was about grief, faith, and the need for connection. The finale centered on Kevin and Nora, giving viewers an intimate conversation that mattered more than any cosmic reveal ever could. It turned ambiguity into a strength. Number 3. The Sopranos. The Sopranos gave us perhaps the most debated ending in TV history. That sudden cut to black shocked audiences and became instantly legendary. Over time, the brilliance of the ending became clearer. The show had always been about paranoia and the impossibility of escape. The finale placed viewers directly inside Tony's state of mind, always waiting for the lights to go out. Most finales want applause. This one wanted discomfort. Even decades later, people are still talking about it, and that alone says everything. Number 2. 6 Feet Under. 6 Feet Under is frequently cited as the greatest finale of all time. This was a show about death and grief, and the finale honored those ideas with an unforgettable closing montage. Seeing the future lives and eventual deaths of every character could have felt gimmicky. Instead, it was profound and beautiful. Its message was simple. Everyone dies, so what matters is how we live. It didn't just end the story. It gave meaning to every episode that came before it. Number 1. Breaking Bad.
You need to understand.
I have to hear one more time that you did this for the family.
I did it for me. I liked it. I was good at it.
Breaking Bad had enormous expectations, and somehow it exceeded them. Walter White's story was always heading toward destruction. The only question was how it would happen. The finale, Felina, tied together every character arc and plot thread with impossible precision. Walt finally admitted the truth that he did it for himself. Jesse earned his freedom, and Walt died in the one place he felt most alive. It was dramatic, satisfying, and completely earned. It remains the gold standard for how to end a prestige drama. So, those were the TV shows with perfect endings. Some made us cry, some shocked us, and some left us thinking for years. But all of them understood one thing. A finale should feel like the only ending that story could ever have had. Now, I want to hear from you. Which TV ending do you think was perfect? And which finale completely disappointed you? Drop your list in the comments. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.